Welcome, beloved soul, and take a gentle breath, for today the angels bring a message of hope and divine opening for your marriage. Even as the world seems heavy, there is a whisper of heaven, softly urging your heart toward peace and restoration. This Sunday, October 19th, a sacred door stands before you, a portal of God's favor and love waiting to be stepped through. Do not rush, do not strain. Simply open your heart to the gentle guidance that is being poured from above. As it is written, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Even when confusion surrounds your union, God's wisdom holds every detail of your love story. You may feel weary, as if challenges have weighed upon you endlessly, yet divine timing is perfectly orchestrated. Every moment of waiting, every tear shed, every unspoken prayer has been heard in the secret chambers of heaven. The angels are moving unseen, aligning circumstances, hearts, and intentions to meet in a sacred harmony. Your marriage, beloved, is not defined by past struggles, but by the promise of grace and renewal that God provides daily. Even now, a gentle light stirs within your spouse, awakening the love and devotion that may have been quieted. Do not be afraid of change, for the Lord makes all things new as he declares, "See, I am doing a new thing." Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. The new thing is not distant. It is near, ready to emerge as a blessing that will nurture both your hearts. Let your spirit receive this revelation softly, like a sunrise that melts the shadows from a long night. Prayer, whispered with sincerity, becomes a key, unlocking doors that human hands cannot open. Speak to God of your longing, your love, your hopes for your marriage, and trust that every word reaches the throne of heaven. Even the angels rejoice over every small act of faith, and they stand ready to carry your intentions into divine fulfillment. Release the weight of worry and allow serenity to flow through your mind, for anxiety cannot reside where faith is planted. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow without toil or worry, yet the Lord clothes them in beauty. Matthew 6:28-29. Your marriage too is being clothed in divine favor, adorned by unseen hands that care for it tenderly. There may have been misunderstandings, past hurts, or moments when love seemed dim, yet even these are being transformed. The Holy Spirit works quietly, restoring brokenness and sowing seeds of reconciliation and deep understanding. Imagine your home filled with laughter, your hearts aligned in tender conversation, and your souls resting together in peace. Even when you cannot see the path, the angels are walking alongside, clearing obstacles and lighting the way. Forgiveness, even if difficult, becomes a bridge over which love can travel freely and unburdened. Do not underestimate the power of a single prayer, a sincere confession of heart, or a moment of humility shared with your spouse. Hearts that have wandered in shadow are being guided back to light, and your marriage is no exception to this divine law. Open your eyes to small signs, a word spoken, a gentle touch, an unexpected moment of warmth, for these are whispers from heaven. As it is written, let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14. And love is stirring even now within your home. Do not despair if change seems slow, for divine timing never misses its mark. The door opens precisely when it must. Surrender the need to control, for control is human, but trust is heavenly, and trust moves mountains and softens hearts. This Sunday holds a particular blessing, a moment when prayer, faith, and divine alignment converge in ways you may not yet comprehend. Prepare your heart as a sacred space, free from resentment, open to grace, and ready to receive the miraculous. Visualize your marriage bathed in light, with every shadow of misunderstanding dissolving in God's radiant love. Even the smallest act of kindness you offer this week contributes to the opening of this divine door. Speak softly to one another, listen more deeply, and allow empathy to guide your interactions, for this is the language of heaven. Remember that God delights in the unity of hearts, and no prayer for reconciliation is ever wasted. Your faith, even if tested, is a magnet for divine favor, drawing blessings into your marital life. Ask boldly, yet with humility, for what your heart truly desires, trusting that God knows far more than you can imagine. As it is written, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." Psalm 37:4. The angels are waiting, beloved, ready to carry your prayers, bless your actions, and harmonize your hearts with divine rhythm. Even when human efforts feel insufficient, spiritual alignment completes what earthly hands cannot achieve. Take a quiet moment to breathe, to feel God's presence, to acknowledge that you are deeply loved and your marriage is deeply held. Release fear of past mistakes, for God sees your heart and his mercy covers all shortcomings. Trust that reconciliation, understanding, and renewed intimacy are being prepared, each layer unfolding gently in divine sequence. The coming Sunday is more than a day. It is a portal, a sacred opportunity for your marriage to step into a higher realm of unity. Hold this vision, let it dwell within you, and allow hope to replace worry, faith to replace fear, and love to replace doubt. Invite the angels into your thoughts, into your words, and into every interaction with your spouse this week. Their presence is gentle yet powerful, guiding, protecting, and fostering growth in ways both subtle and miraculous. Even in silence, their work continues, aligning hearts, softening stubbornness, and opening channels for grace to flow. Pray not only for what you desire, but for what is divinely best, trusting that God's wisdom surpasses your understanding. Release expectations and embrace surrender, for surrender opens the soul to miracles that control never could. The divine door waits, not for perfection, but for faith, humility, and a heart willing to receive love fully. Prepare yourself, beloved, in spirit and in truth, for the alignment that is coming cannot be hurried, but can be welcomed. Allow joy to rise even before the evidence appears, for faith anticipates the blessing before it is fully visible. Feel the warmth of heaven upon your marriage, the soft nudge of angels encouraging reconciliation, love, and peace. Even your spouse, perhaps unaware, is being guided gently toward this opening, their heart being prepared for unity. Speak words of love, pray with sincerity, and act with compassion, for these are the instruments that unlock heaven's favor. Do not measure progress by what you see, but by the quiet shifts within your own heart, for they are the most powerful signs. As you rest tonight, imagine your home surrounded by a halo of divine light, each corner infused with peace and understanding. The angels celebrate every small step, every prayer, every act of faith, and they await the moment to manifest this Sunday's miracle. Be patient, beloved, yet be ready, for divine timing is precise, and the door is ready to swing wide with blessings. As we close this moment together, take a deep breath and allow your spirit to settle into the gentle assurance of God's love and guidance. Remember that this message is a gift, a whisper from heaven, inviting you to step forward with faith and hope. Carry this calm into your week, nurturing your marriage with prayer, patience, and a heart open to miracles. The angels are near, the Lord is faithful, and your divine door is waiting to open fully on Sunday, October 19th. Let this truth dwell within you as you move through each day, allowing peace, love, and divine alignment to shape every interaction. And now, in quiet reflection, let your soul rest in the knowledge that you are deeply loved, and your marriage is tenderly held in the hands of God. As you carry the calm of this revelation into your heart, know that the angels continue to weave a tapestry of divine love around your marriage. Even when human eyes cannot perceive the subtle movements of heaven, the Spirit is working tirelessly to restore, heal, and uplift. Your prayers, whispered in sincerity, act like gentle ripples across a still lake, reaching depths beyond your understanding. Every act of kindness, patience, and compassion you offer this week is a thread that strengthens the fabric of your union. As it is written, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. 1 Peter 4:8. Even past mistakes, regrets, and moments of doubt are being transformed into opportunities for grace and deeper connection. Feel the soft pressure of divine hands upon your heart, guiding your thoughts toward understanding, forgiveness, and renewed hope. Your spouse, though unseen by you in spirit, is being tenderly prepared for this sacred reunion of hearts. Even when distance or misunderstanding has created a space between you, God's timing brings the perfect moment for alignment. Allow patience to cradle your soul, for divine openings are never rushed, yet they arrive precisely when needed. Visualize your hearts moving closer with each prayer, each act of faith, and each moment of surrender to God's will. Even if obstacles seem daunting, remember that with God all things are possible, Matthew 19:26, and nothing is beyond his power to restore. Your home is being infused with gentle light, invisible yet tangible, softening tensions and encouraging openness in your marriage. Speak softly, act gently, and pray fervently, for these simple gestures are the instruments through which heaven works. Even silence can become sacred when filled with intention, love, and trust in God's perfect plan. Release worry about the how and when, for these belong to human understanding, not divine orchestration. Allow your heart to feel the presence of angels surrounding your union, each one carrying prayers and blessings into action. Even the smallest shift in attitude or perspective can create a cascade of harmony that reaches your spouse in unexpected ways. Consider the mustard seed, small yet mighty in potential, for your faith acts in similar quiet yet powerful ways. Matthew 17:20. Every prayer you offer, every word spoken in love, is planting seeds that will bloom in time for Sunday's sacred opening. Feel your spirit soften, releasing tension, resentment, and fear, creating space for peace, trust, and divine love. Even when doubts arise, acknowledge them, release them, and replace them with visions of unity, understanding, and joy. Your marriage is a reflection of divine partnership, mirroring God's steadfast love and faithfulness in ways both seen and unseen. Speak to one another with gentle words, for soft words can dissolve hardened hearts and invite intimacy once lost. Even unspoken prayers carry weight as angels move silently to align hearts, circumstances, and intentions. Remember that reconciliation is not always immediate, yet every moment of faith, patience, and love contributes to the process. Visualize your spouse receiving clarity, tenderness, and understanding, their heart opening to you in ways guided by God's wisdom. Even the challenges that once seemed insurmountable are now being softened by the subtle grace of heaven. As it is written, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Ephesians 4:2. Even when pride tempts, humility prevails when you invite the Spirit to guide your words, actions, and intentions. Let gratitude fill your soul, for each moment of faithfulness, kindness, and patience is acknowledged in heaven. Even your own growth, quiet yet profound, becomes a conduit through which blessings flow into your marriage. Pray not only for restoration, but for deepened love, understanding, and spiritual intimacy that transcends the ordinary. Even when fear whispers doubts, hold firm to the knowledge that God's love is greater than any challenge you face together. Visualize Sunday as a threshold, a sacred doorway where hearts, intentions, and prayers converge in divine harmony. Even the angels themselves rejoice over the steps you take, no matter how small, to align your marriage with God's will. Take a moment to breathe deeply, feeling the Spirit filling you with peace, hope, and readiness for what is coming. Even unseen, God's hand orchestrates encounters, conversations, and moments that pave the way toward unity. Imagine your home resonating with laughter, gentle conversation, and the warmth of love restored in ways both tender and lasting. Even if human perception falters, the soul knows the truth. Divine alignment is underway, moving hearts toward wholeness. Speak to God with honesty, laying bare your desires, fears, and hopes, trusting that every prayer is met with love and action. Even the moments of waiting are purposeful, for God's timing ensures the fullness of blessing, not partial or premature fulfillment. Reflect on the scripture. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. Psalm 145:18. Even when you feel alone, his presence surrounds your marriage, breathing life into every corner where hope seemed dim. Allow forgiveness to rise in your heart, gentle and unwavering. For forgiveness unlocks doors that stubbornness cannot. Even the most fragile moments of reconciliation are fortified by divine intervention, unseen yet unmistakable in their effects. Visualize hands, both yours and your spouse's, lifted in prayer, hearts aligned with the divine intention of love restored. Even the smallest gestures, a smile, a touch, a word spoken with care, are amplified in heaven to create transformation on earth. Trust the subtle guidance of your spirit, for it is attuned to God's gentle whispers, revealing the path toward intimacy and understanding. Even when human effort feels insufficient, spiritual alignment completes the work, knitting hearts together in harmony. Pray for courage, for even gentle courage can open doors that fear would otherwise keep closed. Even when the world rushes, slow down in spirit, allowing divine timing to guide your steps and your interactions. As it is written, wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Even in patience, power flows and miracles unfold quietly but unmistakably. Visualize Sunday as a sacred threshold where hearts meet in understanding, prayers are answered, and love is renewed. Even the angels pause to witness, to celebrate, and to ensure that your union is held in divine favor. Take a quiet moment now to surrender fully, releasing fear, control, and doubt, embracing faith, hope, and love. Even as you prepare your heart, trust that your spouse's spirit is being prepared in parallel, creating readiness for reunion. Let peace settle in your home, in your mind, and in your heart, for peace is the soil in which blessings flourish. Even when human eyes see imperfection, heaven sees potential, alignment, and the beauty of love restored. Speak blessings over your marriage, aloud or in silence, and feel the energy of heaven responding with grace. Even when challenges linger, remember that every test, trial, and delay has prepared you both for this sacred moment. Visualize the divine door opening, a threshold bathed in light, welcoming you both into a new chapter of unity and joy. Even as you rest in this vision, let your soul carry gratitude for what has been, faith for what is coming, and hope for the miracle unfolding. Know that Sunday is more than a date. It is a divine appointment, a holy convergence of prayer, faith, and love. Even now, angels stand at the ready, unseen but active, orchestrating events that bring hearts into sacred alignment. Allow your spirit to dwell in calm anticipation, for the Lord's timing is perfect and his love is relentless. Even the moments of doubt and worry are being transformed into stepping stones toward greater trust, peace, and intimacy. Take this day and each that follows as preparation, inviting prayer, forgiveness, and love to grow in every action and word. Even the smallest shift in attitude, thought, or intention contributes to the unfolding miracle of your marriage. Rest in the knowledge that divine favor is near, that hearts are aligning, and that love is being restored in ways beyond human comprehension. Even as the week unfolds, remain open, receptive, and faithful, for God is moving, angels are guiding, and the door is ready to open. Carry this truth in your heart, breathe it in with each moment, and allow it to shape your actions, words, and intentions. Even as this message comes to a close, let the calm, hope, and love within you continue to grow, preparing you for the sacred Sunday ahead as the quiet of reflection settles in your soul. Feel the gentle nudge of heaven, reminding you that this Sunday holds a sacred invitation for your marriage. Even in moments of doubt, know that God's hand is steady, weaving circumstances, hearts, and intentions into perfect alignment. Your prayers have been like incense rising, fragrant before the throne, calling forth mercy, restoration, and love that surpasses understanding. Even unseen, the angels move with precision, arranging details beyond human perception to prepare your hearts for unity. Visualize your marriage not as it was, but as God intends it to be, whole, tender, and infused with divine grace. Even past hurts, disappointments, and misunderstandings are now being transmuted into lessons of humility, patience, and deeper devotion. Imagine your spouse's heart opening softly, like a flower greeting the first light of dawn, ready to receive love and understanding. Even small gestures this week, gentle words, thoughtful actions, moments of listening, become sacred keys unlocking heaven's blessings. Speak to God openly, offering gratitude for what is healed, hope for what is emerging, and trust for what is still unseen. Even in silence, your faith resonates, creating ripples in the spiritual realm that encourage alignment and divine timing. Consider the story of Joseph, whose patience, faith, and surrender led to restoration and favor beyond his imagination. Genesis 50:20. Even your journey holds similar promise, as every step of faith is a preparation for a miraculous opening. Allow your mind to rest, free from fear and doubt, and imagine the atmosphere around your marriage becoming infused with light and peace. Even the smallest moments of shared kindness carry amplified energy in heaven, preparing the hearts of both you and your spouse. Envision Sunday as a holy threshold, where divine alignment manifests fully, bringing clarity, intimacy, and joy into your union. Even if human eyes cannot yet see it, the spiritual realm is alive with movement, orchestrating a reunion of hearts and intentions. Take a deep breath, feeling the warmth of God's love filling every corner of your being, and imagine it spilling into your marriage. Even tension, lingering resentment, or unspoken words are being softened by the gentle, persistent work of the Holy Spirit. Pray for humility, courage, and openness, knowing these qualities invite heaven's hand into your home and heart. Even a single act of forgiveness or understanding becomes a powerful instrument in aligning your marriage with divine will. Reflect on the scripture, love is patient, love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Even when past struggles whisper fear, love's enduring qualities, nurtured by prayer and intention, begin to prevail. Visualize the angels surrounding you and your spouse, their presence subtle yet profoundly transformative, guiding hearts toward unity. Even when human plans falter, divine timing ensures that the door of reconciliation opens fully, with blessings exceeding expectation. Release worry, for it cannot coexist with faith, and imagine each concern dissolving into peace and divine assurance. Even as Sunday approaches, prepare your heart to receive not only reconciliation, but renewed intimacy, joy, and spiritual closeness. Speak words of love today, pray fervently, and act with gentle intention, for heaven responds to sincerity more than perfection. Even the quiet moments you spend in reflection are active threads in the weaving of your marriage's restoration. Picture a radiant door before you, bathed in soft light, welcoming both hearts into a space of healing, love, and divine favor. Even when circumstances seem imperfect, divine orchestration turns every detail into part of a perfect plan. Allow gratitude to rise within you for the journey so far, for it has prepared you both for the sacred opening of this new chapter. Even lingering doubts are now being softened by faith, love, and the gentle guidance of the Spirit. Imagine your spouse smiling in understanding, their heart responding with warmth, tenderness, and openness that mirrors your own. Even small reconciliations during the week are seeds that blossom into deeper connection and intimacy on Sunday. Pray with vision, not fear, seeing your marriage aligned with God's highest intentions, free from resentment and full of grace. Even the angels rejoice over every prayer, every act of humility, and every moment of faith, celebrating the coming alignment of hearts. Visualize Sunday as a divine convergence, where timing, intention, and prayer meet to bring miraculous restoration. Even the smallest doubts are being transformed into stepping stones for courage, love, and spiritual intimacy. Allow your heart to feel the fullness of God's presence surrounding your marriage, bringing peace, understanding, and patience. Even your spouse's heart, quietly prepared by heaven, moves closer to reconciliation and renewed love without force or strain. Take a moment now to breathe deeply, sensing the gentle orchestration of heaven in every aspect of your relationship. Even unseen, every act of faith, prayer, and love contributes to the unfolding miracle that will manifest this Sunday. Reflect on Psalm 34:17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. Even the challenges you've faced are now stepping stones, creating a foundation for restored intimacy and trust. Imagine the two of you together, hearts attuned, conversations flowing with understanding, and your home resonating with divine peace. Even when human patience falters, God's perfect timing ensures that alignment occurs exactly when it should. Release fear of past failures, for God's mercy covers all, and His love transforms even the deepest wounds into opportunities for renewal. Even in moments of uncertainty, feel the strength of divine love holding both of your hearts, steadfast and unwavering. Visualize Sunday as a sacred doorway, bathed in light, where reconciliation, understanding, and love flourish abundantly. Even as this week unfolds, each prayer, act of kindness, and gesture of love prepares the way for this holy moment. Speak blessings over your spouse, your home, and your marriage, trusting that these words resonate in heaven and on earth. Even the smallest intention offered with faith becomes a catalyst for profound transformation. Allow hope to rise within you, unwavering and serene, carrying with it the certainty that divine favor is moving toward you. Even as this message concludes, carry the peace, anticipation, and joy into your days, knowing the sacred door is ready to open. Rest in God's promise, beloved, for your marriage is being restored, your hearts aligned, and your love deepened in ways that will be revealed. Even now, angels linger nearby, unseen yet active, guiding, protecting, and preparing both of you for the blessings of Sunday. Take a final deep breath, feeling gratitude, hope, and faith flow through every fiber of your being, anchoring you in divine trust. Even as you move forward, remember, this Sunday is not merely a date, but a sacred appointment with God's love, mercy, and restoration. Allow this vision to dwell within you, nurturing your actions, words, and thoughts, so that when the door opens, your hearts are ready. Even in quiet reflection, sense the presence of the Spirit, the joy of angels, and the unfolding miracle that awaits your marriage. As the calm of reflection settles within you, sense the gentle presence of heaven, softly preparing both hearts for the sacred alignment ahead. Even when life feels hurried or chaotic, this Sunday holds a divine stillness, a sacred pause for your marriage to be renewed. Visualize your home infused with light, every corner softened by grace, where understanding flows freely and love is restored. Even past disagreements, unspoken words, or lingering tension are now being transformed into opportunities for healing and deeper connection. Take a quiet moment to breathe, feeling the Spirit's peace filling your chest and flowing gently into every thought and intention. Even your spouse, unseen by your eyes, is being prepared by angels to meet you with a heart open and receptive to love. Speak softly, whether aloud or in prayer, sending intentions of kindness, patience, and gentle understanding into the universe. Even small gestures this week, a smile, a kind word, a patient ear, are amplified in heaven, setting the stage for reconciliation. Reflect on Philippians 4:7, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Even when human logic struggles to comprehend, divine peace is orchestrating every step toward unity and restoration. Visualize a radiant light surrounding your marriage, dissolving shadows of doubt, fear, and frustration that have lingered too long. Even the softest prayers, spoken with sincerity, create a pathway for angels to move and work in unseen ways. Allow humility to rise in your heart, for humility opens doors that pride cannot even recognize. Even a single moment of forgiveness can shift the energy of a relationship, unlocking hidden blessings and renewed trust. Imagine your spouse feeling an awakening of love, understanding, and appreciation, their heart guided by divine timing. Even unseen efforts, your faith, and small acts of devotion are noticed in heaven, building a foundation for miracle and restoration. Take a deep breath and release worry, surrendering control to God's perfect orchestration of timing and circumstance. Even when challenges remain, trust that divine favor is moving, quietly but powerfully, to realign hearts and intentions. Visualize Sunday as a sacred threshold, bathed in golden light, where every prayer, every act of love, and every intention meets divine alignment. Even lingering resentments are softened by the gentle touch of the Spirit, turning past pains into lessons of grace and understanding. Reflect on Colossians 3:13. Bear with each other and forgive one another, if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Even when forgiveness feels impossible, God's strength flows through your heart, making reconciliation not only possible but abundant. Imagine walking into Sunday with an open heart, free from fear, doubt, and hesitation, fully ready to receive what heaven is offering. Even small shifts in thought, action, and prayer this week are building momentum for profound transformation. Allow gratitude to rise, acknowledging every blessing already present, and trust that more is being prepared in perfect timing. Even the angels rejoice at every step of faith, quietly guiding, supporting, and encouraging your hearts to align. Visualize your marriage like a garden tended by divine hands, where love grows stronger, patience blooms, and understanding flourishes. Even weeds of anger, resentment, or fear are being removed gently, leaving space for joy, peace, and harmony to thrive. Pray with intention, speaking of love, hope, and unity, knowing that every prayer resonates in heaven and moves the spiritual realm. Even moments of silence carry power, for the Spirit moves in subtle ways, aligning hearts and preparing the soil for blessing. Reflect on Ecclesiastes 3:1. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens, even the waiting, the moments of uncertainty, and the quiet preparation are part of a perfect divine season for your marriage. Imagine your spouse responding with warmth, compassion, and understanding, their heart mirroring the openness and sincerity you offer. Even challenges that seem insurmountable are being softened, transformed, and prepared to yield a deeper, more lasting love. Take a moment to breathe deeply, feeling God's presence as a gentle wave of calm, filling your soul and extending into your relationship. Even your own heart's transformation contributes to the miracle, for the alignment of one spirit influences the other in divine harmony. Visualize Sunday as the moment where your prayers, intentions, and love converge, opening the door to restoration, clarity, and unity. Even when human effort seems small, heaven amplifies them, turning the simplest acts of faith and kindness into instruments of blessing. Speak blessings over your marriage each day, allowing hope, love, and patience to flow through your words, thoughts, and actions. Even doubts and fears are being transformed into stepping stones, guiding both hearts toward reconciliation and intimacy. Allow yourself to see beyond the present, envisioning a marriage renewed, tender, and deeply connected, aligned with God's divine plan. Even the angels pause to celebrate each prayer, each act of faith, and each moment of humility, preparing the path for your sacred moment. Take a quiet moment now to imagine the door fully open, light spilling through, warmth embracing both of you, and love flowing freely. Even as this week continues, continue to nurture your heart, speak gentle words, pray with sincerity, and act in faith, knowing heaven is responding. Reflect on Psalm 118:24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Even if it is not yet Sunday, live in the joy and assurance of this divine plan, preparing your heart to receive fully. Visualize yourself and your spouse stepping through the sacred door together, hearts united, hands held, and souls aligned in divine love. Even small gestures today, patience, kindness, prayer, or reflection, prepare the soil for this miraculous moment to flourish. Allow peace to settle in your home, mind, and heart, for peace is the foundation on which miracles grow. Even moments of quiet reflection contribute to the orchestration of heaven, aligning hearts and preparing the way for unity. Pray for clarity, understanding, and openness, trusting that God's timing will reveal the fullness of blessing in perfect measure. Even as this message draws to a close, hold the vision of reconciliation, love, and divine favor firmly within your heart. Take a deep breath, feeling gratitude for the journey, hope for the moment to come, and faith in the Spirit's gentle guidance. Even now, angels linger near, unseen yet powerful, ensuring that the sacred door opens fully, bringing hearts together in love. Carry this peace, anticipation, and trust into your week, nurturing your marriage with prayer, patience, and love-filled actions. Even when challenges arise, let this vision guide you, keeping your heart aligned with hope, faith, and the promise of divine restoration. As Sunday approaches, prepare your spirit to receive fully, knowing that your marriage is being held, restored, and blessed by heaven. Even in the quiet, unseen preparation, trust that every prayer, thought, and intention is leading toward a miraculous moment of unity. Rest now in God's assurance, knowing that your hearts, intentions, and love are being aligned in perfect divine timing. As Sunday draws near, feel the quiet anticipation in your heart, a gentle stirring from heaven, preparing both you and your spouse for sacred alignment. Even when human eyes cannot yet perceive it, the angels are arranging circumstances, softening hearts, and moving intentions toward harmony. Visualize your marriage bathed in golden light, every corner filled with peace, understanding, and divine presence. Even lingering doubts, past wounds, or unspoken words are being transformed by the Spirit into seeds of growth, patience, and reconciliation. Take a deep breath, feeling God's love flowing into you, preparing your soul to receive fully what He has planned. Even your spouse, perhaps unaware of the unfolding grace, is being guided gently toward you by unseen hands of mercy and love. Speak softly in prayer, offering words of gratitude, hope, and surrender, knowing that heaven listens to every sincere utterance. Even the smallest gestures of kindness this week have been recorded in heaven, amplified to prepare the way for restoration. Reflect on Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Even what feels uncertain now is being transformed into a divine moment of unity, orchestrated perfectly by the Lord. Imagine your hearts moving closer, understanding flowing naturally, and love being restored in ways that feel effortless and sacred. Even moments of silence between you are being filled with divine whispers, guiding your souls toward reconciliation and trust. Take a moment to feel the anticipation rise, not as anxiety, but as a sacred readiness to receive the blessings prepared for your marriage. Even human limitations are being softened as God's perfect wisdom orchestrates the alignment of intentions, hearts, and timing. Visualize Sunday as a holy threshold, a luminous doorway through which your marriage steps into renewed intimacy, understanding, and love. Even small acts of faith, prayer, forgiveness, compassion have set the stage for this miraculous opening. Imagine holding your spouse's hand, looking into their eyes with renewed tenderness, and feeling a deep spiritual connection renewed by God's grace. Even challenges that once seemed insurmountable are now being transformed into stepping stones for deeper love and unity. Speak aloud your intentions for restoration, clarity, and connection, allowing these words to resonate in heaven and manifest on earth. Even in moments of reflection, imagine the angels surrounding you both, whispering peace, encouragement, and divine guidance. Allow humility, patience, and understanding to rise within you, for these are the keys that open the doors of the heart. Even the smallest acknowledgement of love, the gentlest word of forgiveness, or the simplest act of kindness becomes a bridge to heaven's blessing. Visualize the divine door slowly opening, sunlight streaming through, bathing both hearts in warmth, clarity, and love. Even as it opens, feel the release of fear, resentment, and doubt replaced by trust, joy, and the soft, enduring presence of God. Imagine walking together through this sacred threshold, hearts aligned, intentions pure, and spirits intertwined in divine unity. Even lingering worries are now dissolved by the radiant energy of love, patience, and understanding flowing between you. Reflect on Psalm 85:10. Love and faithfulness meet together. Righteousness and peace kiss each other. Even the angels rejoice at the alignment, guiding your words, actions, and hearts to match the divine plan perfectly. Take a deep breath, feeling the union of your spirits as a sacred resonance, harmonizing with the will of God and the movement of heaven. Even past misunderstandings become lessons etched in love, providing depth, compassion, and wisdom to your renewed connection. Visualize your home filled with light, laughter, and the gentle flow of communication, where every word carries grace and peace. Even in moments of silence, the Spirit moves, knitting hearts together, softening tensions, and amplifying love beyond what is humanly possible. Speak blessings over your marriage, aloud or silently, inviting joy, harmony, and divine favor to fill every space in your home and heart. Even as you do, feel the energy of heaven responding, aligning circumstances and opening doors for clarity, understanding, and intimacy. Imagine Sunday as the culmination of preparation, prayer, and faith, where hearts meet fully and love flourishes in a divine embrace. Even doubts or past hurts are transformed into testimony, a living reminder of God's mercy, patience, and enduring love. Take a moment now to feel gratitude for the journey, for every act of faith, every prayer, and every lesson that brought you to this sacred point. Even the angels celebrate, unseen yet present, as your hearts open fully to reconciliation, joy, and divine intimacy. Visualize both of you stepping through the threshold together, a radiant glow enveloping your spirits, symbolizing restoration and unity. Even the smallest gestures now, gentle touch, loving words, attentive listening, magnify the blessing of this sacred moment. Reflect on 1 John 4:12. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. Even as the divine door opens, feel God's presence surrounding you, guiding each moment, each word, and each heartbeat. Allow trust to flow naturally, surrendering the need to control, knowing that heaven orchestrates every detail for your highest good. Even as you share laughter, embrace, or conversation, recognize the sacredness of these moments, infused with divine favor. Visualize every corner of your relationship illuminated, healed, and restored, where love, trust, and faith converge in harmonious unity. Even as the week continues after this sacred Sunday, allow the blessing to ripple outward, sustaining intimacy, understanding, and spiritual closeness. Take a deep breath and feel the gratitude rise, knowing that your marriage is being held, nurtured, and restored by the hand of God. Even the angels, unseen but ever-present, continue to guide, protect, and bless your union beyond what is visible. Imagine your hearts fully aligned, your intentions pure, and your souls resting in the assurance of God's enduring love. Even when human challenges appear, the divine foundation you have prepared this week holds firm, unshakable, and blessed. Visualize the door now wide open, light streaming in, and your marriage stepping forward into a new season of intimacy, faith, and divine grace. Even in the quiet moments of reflection, feel the certainty of restoration, the joy of reconciliation, and the soft, powerful presence of heaven. Carry this vision, this peace, and this blessing into every interaction, every thought, and every moment, allowing it to shape the future of your marriage. Even as you breathe deeply, know that Sunday's sacred alignment is not merely symbolic, but a tangible expression of God's love and mercy. Take this moment to rest in gratitude, trust, and hope, knowing your hearts are prepared, your intentions aligned, and your love renewed. Even as this message concludes, remember, the angels rejoice, the Spirit guides, and the divine door remains open, welcoming both hearts into sacred unity.